Continuing our coverage of the shocking, outrageous tragedy that occurred in California. And the question tonight, were Saeed and Tasfan, were they self-radicalized jihadists? Or were Saeed angry at the folks that he worked at the job at the San Bernardino Health Department? Did they target that Christmas party because of their religion? Or was it an employment issue? All this is part of the investigation ongoing now. Criminal defense attorney and the former prosecutor for Morris County, New Jersey, who handled terrorism cases, Bianchi, is back with us. You know, Bob, the FBI Director Comey has said there are about 900 separate investigations in all 50 states. We're told there's active 24/7 surveillance on some radicals, about 50 radical suspects, yet this couple wasn't on the radar. Is it possible that, and can you talk about this, the investigation? How did they find out if they were self-radicalized, if they were on the internet, if they were reading all these websites and secretly decided to carry this out?
Well, they're certainly going to go through all of that electronic footprint that they have. Eric, what the public needs to understand culturally here is what goes on with brainwashing or radicalization, as it's being called. These people, when they get, if this is what this is, and we don't know that specifically yet, but when you start looking at the GoPro, when you start looking at the protective armor, when you start looking at the weaponry, when you start looking at the manner in which it's executed, clearly an investigative or prosecutor type person is going to suspend in their mind right now the possibility that this could be an act of terrorism. And with radicalization, what it does to you is it makes you lose your freedom. Everything is about the cause. You don't have an independent thought. This is the kind of thing that causes a husband and a wife that have a child to go and do something like this. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but it's certainly got that weirdness to it, that feel to it, that you would say, what would compel people? And typically when people are radicalized, they don't care about love, they don't care about freedom, they only care about what they consider a mission, and that mission is to kill, notoriety, and somehow believing that they're doing something that's good. So we got to be very careful with radicalized people, and can they get it from the internet? I think many people could be radicalized, whether you're a Muslim or somebody else. I've seen it in a whole career. They get brainwashed by certain groups of people, and then once they are brainwashed, they set out to do horrible things, and then after they do them, the light switches on. I've seen it as a lawyer, both prosecutor, defense attorney, and they look and they say, what did I do? Some do, and then some don't care.
Some don't care and some are glad that they do it. I mean, is it possible that we don't know about this yet, but they had those GoPros, has been reported, on them, and that is chilling, that would record and show or maybe stream the carnage as it occurred, something that they can then leave and potentially upload to the internet. We don't know if they did that. The reports say that they did leave that inland center, go back to that apartment at some point. That's when police saw the black SUV that they then followed that led to the chase. So can authorities look at what's in that GoPro if they did upload anything on the computers and follow the evidence in the cell phones, the computer systems, and see if it's a wider terrorist cell, if it is?
I'll say this out of respect for law enforcement. The sophistication of the equipment that they have is amazing. Their ability to track things, to get data, to get electronic data and information would shock probably the general public. And there is no question in my mind that the FBI, working with the Marshal Service, the JTTF, have all of those assets deployed. There's going to be very little that these people are going to be able to do to hide or to destroy the electronic footprint. With the media attention this case is getting and the gravity and seriousness of this offense, they'll get it all.
And sadly, get it all after it's been too late and after this horrible act has been committed. Hopefully they'll get to the bottom of this and find out exactly what motivated this couple to apparently do this. Bob Bianchi, you've been with us all through the evening. We thank you. Stay with us. We will continue our coverage of the tragedy in California when we come back.